Hello everyone, my name is Ben and welcome to my third video on my Python tutorial course. Remember, the aim of this video is to build a dark website, and we have started the journey already. This is a third video. So in this video we are going to do some little modification and additions. Okay, so to round it up, we are going to be adding some background image to our dark website. Okay, so adding background is not actually the way we normally do it in normal HTML and CSS. Since we are building this dark web with the Django Python, we are going to be doing it in the Django Python method. Okay, so there are going to be tons of directory that will be created, additional files and setup. Okay, so to see into this, how this has been done, let's dive straight into the tutorial. So I will click my terminal and I will just change into the Python 3-tutors environment. Press enter. ls, we have our first app, which is the home page app. Okay, this is our database, which we will not use this in the future. We will use PostgreSQL, and this is the manage.py Python used for our run server, and this is our environment, and this is our project. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to activate the virtual environment first so that everything works proper. To do so, type source space ben. I press tab for autocomplete every time. It makes me fast a little bit in typing because I'm not always fast while typing. Okay, so that is it. Press enter and the virtual environment is activated. To load, you can see at the left beginning here we have pen_env, so which means our virtual environment is now active. So what we are going to do is that we are going to create subdirectories inside our home app. Okay, in that subdirectories or inside the home app, we're going to have a subdirectory into it. Okay, so we first of all change into that home app. Okay, and if I do ls, these are all we have here, files and directories. So we're going to create another subdirectory inside this home app, which is going to be called static. So I will do mkdir. Okay, mkdir, and it should be called static, and I press my enter key. Now you can see we have the subdirectory called static created. Now this is it. So inside this static, we're going to have other subdirectories like css, javascript and image. Okay, so in the image directory is where we're going to put our image we download from the internet. So I'm just going to change into the static. All right, now into it, if I do ls, you see there's nothing inside it. So we create another 3 directories more. So mkdir, one should be called css, the other should be called images, and the other to be called js, which is javascript. Press enter. Now we have 3 sub directories inside this directory called static in our home app. Okay, so now what we're going to basically do now is to download our image. So I come across a 3D image which I think it looks nice to fit our dark website. So I will just go over to the browser. I think this one that my mouse is moving on is nice, so I will just right click it and I will click save image, and that will pop up and tell me to give it a name. So I would like to name it something different outside the untitled name they gave it. So I'm just gonna call this let me say dark web. Okay, dark web. So that should be the name of the image. So I click enter. If I click save, it's going to be saved into the downloads directory. So if I click save, and that has been saved. So we minimize the browser. We are done with that. If you want to see if it's saved, if I just open a new terminal here, okay, and I change to download, okay, and press enter. If I do lists, okay, and I press enter and I move up, okay, to, because these things are arranged alphabetically, so you can see the dark web image here .jpg. You can see it. Yeah, that means it has been downloaded. So this is the image we are going to copy into our static / images. So I will just close this terminal. Okay, so I'm just going to change into the image directory inside the static. So images. Now this is the place we are going to copy. So we'll type cp, and I'm going to use absolute path routing here. So I will say /home. So / means go to the first system top hierarchy, which is the root directory, which is /. I will say move to a subdirectory called home. I'll say /ben, then /downloads. Okay, and I'll say dark web. I press tab for autocomplete, and I'll put dot after the after the JPEG you should put space and put a dot. You can see there's a space there. That dot means in this current place that I am in the system, copy this dark web.jpg into it. So if I press enter, and that has been copied, I do ls, you can now see JPEG is now here. So this is our background image. So we are done with this. So what next we're going to do now is that we are going to create our CSS. Okay, but before we create our CSS, let's go first of all modify our HTML, which is the index.html in the template directory. All right, so that we can add the reference link that will link to the CSS static directory. So I will do one step backward or 2 step backward, that should be correct. Yeah, I do ls, so we change to the template. All right, now I'm into the template ls. Okay, so we have the www, I change into that, and ls, so we have the index.html now. So if I do vim index.html, so I'm in. So in the header here where we have the title is where we are going to add our reference link. Okay, so we add our reference link, and this is how we do it. We do link rel, right? I think that is the proper way. I'm not an CSS kind of person, so this kind of thing I'm not actually like pretty familiar with them much. So I will try to remember as much as possible. We'll put double column. I think we have to do something like style sheet. Yeah, so that will just be a string there that will denote what we're about to do, and I will do href. Okay, I will say equals to double quote. Then here, because of we are doing Python, okay, we don't have to like put the absolute part, we have to do it using Python tags. Okay, so I will do open curly brace percent. This is the way we do it in Python, and I will just pass in the static directory, put space, one single quote, and I'll just pass in I'll just pass in CSS. Okay, slash, I will say style.css, which I have not yet created. All right, but I will just add it because I'm going to create it in that static directory. So, and that is it, and I'll put my single quote space percent and double curly and curly brace. Then once I'm done, then just close the double quote. All right, so we'll close the double quote and close the greater than symbol, and this is how we reference this. Okay, and at the top here there's something on the top here which I added. You can see it's called percent open curly brace percent load static. So what this does is that, okay, it loads our static directory in the home app. If you do not add that code, it will load. So you need to add this code here that my cursor is moving, this code. All right, make sure you add it. So I will save this. All right, and that is it. So that is all we have to do for now. So move 2 step backward. Okay, now in our home directory we have to go and style our we have to go and insert that background into our website, dark website. So we change into static ls. So this time around we are moving into CSS. Okay, ls, then we have no file here, so I will use touch to create a file. I'll call it style.css. so press enter. So the href is going to reference to this place, so I will use vim to open the style.css and I for insertion key. So we can now start styling. So we are going to insert the background, so that should be in the body. Okay, that should be in the body, because CSS, the main code is the body. The head are just like functionality you give, like respond and link and other things, but the body contains the actual code. So that body is what we are going to style. So I'm going to say body. All right, open curly brace, because CSS is more like C and I'm a C guy, so doing this is pretty easy for me. So we say background dash images. Okay, it should be image, not images. It should be image, not images. Yeah. Okay, once you type something that is not a syntax of CSS, the color won't change. Okay, so that tells you that you are not doing it right. So you try to correct yourself. So put URL here and we put open brackets. So here now we put single quote inside. So here is going to, we are going to put the route. All right, so the route should be one step backward / because when it's CSS directory, so move one step backward where we go into the images directory. We now do slash, then we'll now put the dark, okay, web.jpg. all right, and that is it. So once we are done with this, and we close the single quote and close the bracket, and then CSS normally terminates a given line of instruction with semicolon, just like the way C language normally do. So, and that is it. So we have this code, I've inserted that background. So we are going to now manipulate those background, make it big, small. If the image is actually small, make it big and all of this, so it fits the entire background. So to do so, I'm gonna say background again, so this will be background that is size this time around. So that was a wrong size, so we do color. So this time I'm gonna say cover. Cover means it's gonna cover the entire body, so put semicolon. So that is it. So I'm still gonna do again background, okay. This should be background dash repeats. Okay, so if though they load the page again, there should be no of that because the size have already been set. So we do no dash repeat, okay, and that is it, to semicolon. Then after that we have I think we should add one more or two more of the background stuff we want. So we'll do background position, okay. So let this position be center, right, and center. I think that is how it should be, okay. Center, that is center. And the next thing I'm gonna add here is height. So this is the way of spelling height, right? Yeah, I'm correct. Yeah, so I'll add the height and I'll put space and I'll do 100 VH. I think that's how it's been done in CSS. If there's any error, things do not work out fine, we'll just come and I'll just remodify the code. Alright, margin, is it spelled margin? Yeah, I got it. So once you change color, that means you got it, semicolon. Then I would like to put padding, okay. So I will say padding, okay. I should also say the padding should be 7, and that is all we need for now. Alright, okay. The next thing is, remember in our previous video we had a test, a test that will print. So because the background is black, so since that test is also black, it's not going to show. So I have to style that test. So this should be a deeper kind of like styling. So for us to do that, we type main, because it is in main. We say main h1 space open curly brace, then we'll press enter, and I will say color, okay. I'll say color column. I would like to give it green, okay. Then I'll say color that I would like to give that color green, and I will say text. So what I'm coloring is a text. So I'll say align, that should be spelled this way, correct. I should say center because it was in the center though, yeah, and that is it. So this is the actual complete styling of all this. If everything works fine, then we should have our image set. So, and that is it. So the next thing we're going to do now is to move one step backward, okay, and we're going to modify the setting.py. So I'm going to move multiple step backward. So we change to the web project, ls, then we open the vim setting.py. So what I'm going to do here is that we need to collect the statics, okay. So this one should be used by the Django itself. So we are setting this in the parent directory, which is the static root directory. So here I will say static underscore root. So you say should be equals to base base underscore dir space / space double quote, and I'll call this I can call it anything, but I like everybody like calling it status files, okay. And that is it. and that is it. And that is it, guys.
If so, then our comprehensive training.
Okay, so when I add a static files, just put double quotes here again, and that is it. Okay, so I will just save this, and that's also move one step backward, ls, and that is everything we need to do for now. So if there should be any modification, we'll just come back and do that. So I will type python, then 3 to be precise, manage.py, we'll do run server. So press enter. If we get any error, we'll just come and fix it. Oh wow, no error, so everything works fine. So now we just open this. Okay, right click on this link and open. So if everything works fine, we should have our image. Okay, yeah, it's working fine. You know, we have to route through the home page, so I will click at the top button of the URL in the web browser and put /home. Okay, page/home. All right, so that is it. So when I press enter, yeah, it's working fine. Now you see we successfully add our background. So this is how it looks like. Let me just maximize it. So this is the background of the dark website. Okay, so in my next video I'm gonna be adding, you know, logos and some headers and some other apps as well. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching. It's been Education Hanging Out with you guys. I will just maximize this, and also, you know, make sure you like, share this video, all right, to your friends, to your loved ones. You know, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because, you know, I will not do the whole series in TikTok. So there's a level I will reach, then you have every video of that concerns this, you have to watch it in my YouTube channel. So please make sure you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. All right, make sure you subscribe. If you don't know the link, go to my bio on my TikTok. You will see a YouTube link there, just at the face of the bio there. Just click it. Okay, you'll be redirected to my YouTube account, and there you can subscribe. So have a nice day. It's been Education Hanging Out with you guys. Be blessed and one love.